Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Drunken Tarrasque, where Rachel is a bolter bitch ready to purge the heretics.
Gotta purge them all. Gotta purge them all. Gotta purge them all.
Thank God this is not a video podcast, because the look I would be giving her right now would be... Anyway, today we're talking about 40k.
Mike, purge them, gotta purge them all. Gotta purge them all. Bolter them on. There we go. See,
Yeah.
I got you this time. There
Yes,
we go.
now, today we're talking about 40k, and actually the importance and potency of this lore. And one of the bigger things is, what brought this to my mind was hearing some people complaining about the lore, that it's... I understand the labyrinthine nature of it that can be off-putting, but the more of, this is really dark, this is really bleak, why is the world and universe broken? Why are these guys so powerful? Why are there alien cockroaches that are going to eat you? It's like, well, guys, ladies and gentlemen, that's the backdrop, and it offers so much potential.
Because nothing says fun like getting eaten by Tyranids.
Ah, the nids. But yes, Rachel had brought up, like, one of the reasons why someone was not really interested in getting to this, playing in this universe or even getting into the lore was, how did they put it, Rachel?
They liked the lore, but they thought that things were a little bit crazy. That it was too crazy to... I think they said it was too crazy to play, or they wouldn't even think about it because it just seemed over the top. So I don't know how exactly that works, but I don't know.
Well,
It's just... But I can understand, though, the trepidation a little bit. Because if somebody is explaining this to you, you are going to look at them and think they have lost their mind. Because they're going to say, oh, there's space Catholics. Oh, there's, giant monsters. There's, genetically engineered super soldiers that are friggin' huge. There's melting all the heretics, and there's the emperor, and he's basically a potato on life support. All hail the emperor. It's just well, that's not even the weirdest stuff. And then there's all of these. What are they, demons exactly, or gods, or what do we exactly call them?
Oh, the chaos gods, chaos.
Yeah, the gods of chaos, and one of them could have 20,000 dicks. I don't know. And all the boobs could be just a. The thing is there's Slanesh.
Yeah, okay, the reason why I can tell that Rachel's fumbling over this is that when you attack 40k lore and attacking getting into it, it's kind of that hard spot to tackle with. And, well, for me personally, you take the concept of what makes it so great. There's a dark, gritty atmosphere that you can kind of indulge in your darker tendencies. The world is about survival and attempting to survive. And many of the role-playing games and the universes that come with it, it's about surviving and realizing how expendable you are. Even the mighty Space Marine is not exempt, in the game sessions, is not exempt from death. And that's kind of something that teaches you to actually enjoy and engage the world in a completely different way. Dark Heresy is my prime love of it. I really do love Dark Heresy a lot, now mechanics aside, but the whole concept is you are taken up by the Inquisition to work for them, and you start off as a lowly nobody. This is a true, almost rags to riches that you're growing up, and...
I think maybe we need a different angle. Maybe the best way to say it is everything is trying to kill you. I know you just said that, but, everything is trying to kill you. You basically mean nothing, and everything is turned up to 11. And everybody tries to focus so much on the dark stuff, which is good, the dark grittiness of it all. But the best way to get somebody invested, I think, is just say that everything is crazy about this, and play it as everything's sort of a little bit self-aware. Because that's the best. It's everything's nuts, but it's self-aware almost, or very close to being self-aware.
Well, that's the thing is, how would you say that again? Because I'm laughing because it's pretty on point.
I said everything is crazy, everything is turned up to 11. You're most likely going to die. The best way to put this to people is like, everything here is crazy, everything wants to kill you, but you need to sort of be, the best way to do it is like, play it as everything is almost self-aware, that everything in this is crazy, that the government is kind of tyrannical, and it's
kind of
ridiculous. Okay, massively tyrannical. They purge and burn anybody that they basically don't like. And everybody is just kind of awful, or just definitely awful. Everybody is awful. You shouldn't really feel. And it seems like the only thing that you can really do is pick a side and then just go all in, and be self-aware that you're doing something crazy.
Well, that's actually a pretty good way of looking at it. Like, it just go crazy, and it doesn't mean you burn down a city like an idiot. It's more or less you understand the world is not your friend, and it's what you make of it, how to get through it. And I can tell you something. Rachel and a couple other friends did a really good job of, once they realized, like, this is the world,
it's extremely gratuitous. It's extremely gratuitous. Like, that's the best way to describe it. In every sense of the word, is like, is there decadence? Everywhere. Is it dark and gritty? Absolutely. Is everybody in like these over-the-top battles where there's just guns blazing and things getting ripped apart? Absolutely. Can you possibly die by getting raped to death by a chaos god and their 20,000 dicks? Absolutely.
We know which chaos god Rachel likes, but
no.
but that's the thing, is like, people think that is an overwhelming part. Well, that is minuscule. You don't have to worry about that stuff. These are the overarching themes you can get away with doing so much with, and it is fun. Best thing is, once you realize you're expendable, and you're starting to go through the lore, you start realizing you can play around with everything. You don't even have to know the lore so much. And the universe has what they call paradise worlds, which is if you really want to ease players into this world, you choose that. They are the pristine, very good world. Nothing is wrong. They've never seen the touch of war. And that is a perfect way to introduce your players to this. And guess what? I'm going to tell you something very easily. This can span the galaxy. So you really could just focus it on one single world and really flush out one single world, and you'll be golden. You wouldn't have to worry about anything. That's the reason why when people worry about any of those things, you can. This is the best universe to tailor make it to anyone, to every player.
That is true, and this situation becomes like there's no easy way to go about explaining Pathfinder lore. You can start at the beginning, but like I remember you said that you've read over 100 books on the universe, and you only sort of know about it. You're somewhat adept at the lore.
Yeah, well, that's the thing, is I've read so many books, and again, I really enjoy the universe. I read the Horus Heresy stuff, and it offers great potential for anyone who wants to get into it. People, this is actually best described as a proper space opera. It just has the walls that will rape you included in there. This is one of the bigger things, is like when you start playing around in a universe and you get into the nitty-gritty in the bedroom box, not bedroom, but in the sandbox of what you can play with this. It offers more. You can grab real history and add a sci-fi flair, and you can fit in that world. Some of the best things to understand with this universe when you play in it, there are caste systems and class systems which you can work within or break or even manipulate. Some of the best things about this lore and universe when you actually are playing the role-playing game, and I like Dark Heresy specifically, is that you start off as a nobody, And if you survive, you can almost do anything. And that is what you don't really get in really any other universe or lore. Because you have to worry about, even your most powerful characters can still be killed. And it's not in a BS way. It's in actually a real way. You could have spent years with your character, made him an Inquisitor, top of the line, the best, smart, fast, he's augmented to kill things. You can still have a damning challenge later on. The universe is ripe for that. You can either have evil alien cabals that are manipulating people and killing them. You can have chaos cultists springing up. And when you have a galaxy, you have trillions, multiple trillions of people to worry about, enemies to worry about. So I'm sorry, you don't have the problem that arises in something like Dungeons and Dragons or Forgotten Realms. I got the equivalent of a level 20 character. Yawn, I'm killing people. No, this lore will stop these super powerful characters that break the game in twain. Because even if you're the most powerful character in the game, something can still give you the most dangerous and ultimate challenge. And that's kind of why this universe, especially to play in, is so great. You could have the Inquisitor of a complete sector, and he still has a ton of problems that he has to deal with.
Yeah, that is important, character development. But there's just so many things you can do with this universe. I know we were discussing the concept of whether or not the lore is too bulky, or if it's just right. What do you think, exactly? Well, I know you think it's perfect.
Well, I think it's perfect because, for me personally, that multitude of options. This is definitely the dangerous side of you have too many options and you can have option paralysis as a DM and as a player. Because this is the world that your DM really doesn't have the ability to say, you're not playing your alignment, you can't do that. No. Everyone has that moment of like, oh, I'm having to deal with this enemy cultist that's holding people hostages. And if you start realizing, oh, those hostages are nobody, you could burn the whole house down on them. Like, the thing is, most people don't realize is that these type of options are okay and valid. These are the things that people think it's bulky, people think it's clunky, people think it's over the top, and this is too much to handle. It's like, no, it offers actually a really ease of playing to slide into the universe, because you already know that if you're going to do the right noble thing, you're having an uphill battle, and it offers that moral quandary and choice immediately for your character design. It's like, do you want to have that uphill struggle of doing the right thing constantly and not overstepping your bounds? You're going to still have a fun time, but it's going to be a challenge. Or are you going to go in the shortcut of, I think we need to kill all these fuckers?
Well, here's the interesting thing. The right thing to do in this universe would be considered to be evil elsewhere, often.
I would say neutral, too, at the same time.
Well, here's the situation is, like, if you are told you have to purge this whole area with there are, like, women and kids and everything in there, and, there's, like, innocent people, but you've been told that you need to just kind of destroy the whole area, leave no survivors, then, like, the lawful thing to do would be to obey your orders. But if you have those pangs of guilt, then you have done the wrong thing. But, like, and save these people, you have apparently done the wrong thing according to the law, according to regulations. So it's like,
well, again, that's the other thing. Is like, for me, it's the world that there is not that many regulations. It's that scary moment when you realize the DM has no true ability to properly back you up for your own stupidity. And that's actually, for me, that's the fun part. Like, oh, you're mouthing off to this person? He's a gang crime lord. It's nice knowing you. And, like, people may think, oh, no, oh my god, that's too much. Like, no, it's actually a great thing because people start learning how to play with other characters. That it actually allows characters to be two-faced in the best of ways. And the organizations you deal with, they offer more than I've ever seen in any typical fantasy or science fiction game, because these organizations, whenever they're created, they are looking out for themselves, and they don't have the concept of the authors or creators mindset of, oh no, I want this to be good, I want this to be bad. No. 40k realizes what's good, what's bad, and what's a realist look to survive, and you start getting that really ease of choices for you when you get your character.
And you know what? It really can be fun to play a character that is completely over the top, that is an absolute stereotype, and is almost self-aware. So it's like you're there, you're playing all of this. You're like, for the Emperor. It's like, I need you to do this. Would the Emperor do it?
Well, that's actually what I've. Well, that's the thing, is this universe offers greater opportunities for humor.
Oh yeah, because things are so ridiculous and over the top. It's kind of like the meme where it's like, I deleted all your porn and replaced it with pictures of the Emperor. It's like, what?
Well, that's the biggest thing, is that change. That is a huge thing that people don't realize. Like, when the universe gets dark, you find these games turn even funnier. Like the car that got turned on two wheels, and a player almost fell out the window, and the person's like an inch from the pavement on two wheels, and is yanked back in and almost gets anally plugged because the person fell on the wrong object.
But you never answered why. Wait, why do they have an erection then?
The term murder boner, guys.
Murder boner?
But yes, that's the thing, is like, this is some of the bigger things is that you do get with this universe, the lore system. In a tabletop variety, it is the perfect system to start people, or specifically, I think the best universe to start people in, because off the top of the head, you can stick to one planet, and you don't have to worry about anything else. You can still keep it PG. You can still keep it nice and easy in a classical, easygoing sense of the universe. You can have the mysteries. You can have the action. And when the players are ready to graduate to something more difficult or more intense, you can easily have their world cracked. You can have their world changed. This universe allows that to happen a lot better than for Faerun's Forgotten Realms, because I'm going to be honest, looking at Forgotten Realms, anytime they try to be edgy, there's already too much there to pull it back. This literally pushes the edge to over 9,000. Yes, I know, bad joke. And they let the players handle it.
You have to say it right. It's over 9,000!
But yes, but you see where I'm going with this. And a game like Dark Heresy,
it's over 9,000.
It's over 9. Yeah, fuck you. It's over 9,000, but
well, absolutely, it's 40k. It's 40.
Fuck you.
That's an awful joke, I know. And they should feel bad.
Yes, but that's the thing. When you actually break it down, it's one of those things that I have fonder memories of this system, and I played it very infrequently because most people don't want to play it, but you also have some of the best options just by knowing that you can be brutal. Like, someone's bleeding out, someone shoots off a las gun and cauterizes the wound.
Well, no, that was the heat of the las gun.
Oh yeah, or
used to cauterize the wound.
Or my favorite one is you have a gun servitor, and the guy takes a shock stick from oh god, what was that one? Not Total Recall. What's the one with the bomb one? The kid guy? Wesley Snipes. I Am the Law.
No, that's not Wesley Snipes, Mike. That was you're thinking of Judge Dredd, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm mixing them up, but essentially that shock stick, and he jams it in there, and he has it literally spaz out, shooting fire, opening fire on everything.
I don't know what the spaz stick is from, though. I remember I Am the Law is Judge Dredd.
Don't worry about it. I'll find it later on. But that's the thing.
It's just gonna drive us crazy.
Yes, it will.
I know. I'm going
Demolition Man.
Oh, Demolition. Yeah, there we are.
But you have that Demolition Man stick where you shot things. Like, I had a buddy who just jammed it right into the servitor, and it opened fired and almost killed 2 players. Like, in this type of universe, that's considered a win.
And then there's the bolter bitches, the Adeptus Sororitas, who are like,
Angry
the
Catholic
Emperor,
nuns.
The Emperor is their husbando. Like, they obviously have just, they're like cheerleaders for the Emperor, but with meltas.
Oh,
and more
God.
napalm, and way more napalm. It's like, for the Emperor! They're just gonna burn everything to the ground because their husbando just wills it to be so. He just wants everything to be nice and neat and clean, purged, but mostly purged.
Oh my God.
I'm sorry. I couldn't stop it.
But yes.
I gotta bring the fun. That's why we're here. That's why I'm here. I bring the fun, or I try to.
But yes, this is why, again, you can see the silliness, because one of the cool things is 40k, you have your traditional races, traditional factions, Eldar, Dark Eldar, Orcs, Tau, human enemies, you have Chaos Space Marines, you have all these things, and I know I didn't say enough of them, but like you get this nice selection, and it's also the one that allows you as a DM to make your own, and it doesn't conflict with the world. By its very nature, you could create something that does not conflict with the world. You don't have to worry about any lore confliction for the most part, because you're using the Milky Way galaxy, you're using the whole entire galaxy. You can find areas that never touch the light of the Emperor's light, so you can get away with so much. And that's the best thing, is like, you don't even have to worry about the labyrinthine lore that comes with it. You could have a world that literally is acting of its own accord, just kind of slightly following the rules of the Emperor without realizing that they have. I mean, like, that's the power of this universe.
Yes. The thing is, I can see from your perspective, you being like, this is perfect. There's just so much there. There's just so much involved. And if you're wondering, why should you, worship the Emperor? Why don't you say, Mike? Why should we ally ourselves with the Emperor?
Oh, you want to talk faction-based stuff? Oh.
Because you're gonna die otherwise. You'll probably get purged.
Well, the best thing when it comes with the, if you side with the Imperium of Man, you got some goody toys that you can play around with and actually hint to people of the great things that could come of it. Like, for example, has anyone who knows what a fucking Bane Blade is? A gigantic, ginormous super tank that will fire off its rounds that acts like a fucking nuclear missile. I'm sorry, these things can devastate things. Like, you could literally have a whole expedition about capturing these things. Or, for me, the reason why I love this universe, because everything is over the top, you can fight inside a motherfucking Titan. Anyone who seen Pacific Rim and those,
You mean it's basically a Gundam, Mike?
No, Gundam is for bitches. Yes. I'm saying this. Yes. No. These are things that can have over 1 million people working inside this damn thing.
Oh, wait, 1 million?
Okay, I'm exaggerating, but essentially, you can have a city-like thing that is tall as hell marching through bipedal. You have not seen a Titan yet. I have not shown you a Titan in 40k. And you will learn very quickly. Now, my favorite thing to do... Yeah, my favorite thing to do within 40k is that you can have spaceborne missions. You can have a complete mission set in one single spaceship. And... Wow. Yes. You see what I'm saying? Like, there is so much you can do. And my favorite thing to do is with the space travel, which Rachel doesn't know yet, but she will know at this exact moment, is that you can have, you gotta know, 40k. How does space travel work for 40k? We travel through hell. So just think about this. Your spaceship's traveling through hell to get to the other side of the planet. Whoopsie, demons are coming through! Let's see how your players handle that.
Oh, hi, demons.
Yeah, I like how Rachel is trying to play it off funny. It's like, yeah, I'm one of those guys that is a DM like, oh, you're in an Imperial warship. Oh, you're
I'm
traveling
finding
through
it
the
all
warp.
funny because you have to be able to make jokes about this, otherwise you're gonna be like, oh shit. It's like, oh hi, demon. Oh hi. Like, how is it today? Lovely day we're having here in hell.
But yes, ladies and gentlemen, don't shy away from 40k lore. Maybe we'll focus specifically and have it more refined other than us rambling, because I love this universe so much.
I know you do. I know you do, Mike. Like, you love it so much that you had your plastic crack with your figurines.
It's right here in my hands. Leave me alone.
I know you love it. I know. But yeah, we'll definitely talk more about Warhammer 40k lore in the future. Little bits and pieces of specific stuff. Because I know Mike wants to make lore videos, don't you, Mike?
Shut up. Yes. But thank you for...
Mr. Historian here.
Yes, Mr. Historian. Thank you for joining us, though.
Yeah, and if you like this video, like, subscribe. You can find us on the Twitterverse at a drunk Tarrasque or drunken Tarrasque. I think it's drunken Tarrasque.
Anyway, what it is, it'll probably be up on the screen.
God, we are so bad.
Thank you for joining us. Bye.
Bye.